So when there's a unfavorable conditions is there, whether it becomes obstacle or whether it becomes a path towards enlightenment, depends how we can, how we look at it, how we follow it. With that unfavorable conditions involved ego, anger, desire, pride becomes an obstacle. Obstacles to our enlightenment, obstacle to the peace, happiness for oneself, for others. If that unfavorable condition we see as nature of impermanence, nature of samsara, accepting the situation, especially accepting to purify one's own negative karma and others, becomes a path towards enlightenment, becomes a path, method to achieve peace and happiness. So it always becomes crucial, important, how to transform all this suffering, unfavorable conditions into positive. So with that is said, we should see the ego is the real enemy. And search happiness from the suffering. See the demons, ghosts as a deity. So there's no longer demon to expel. And we don't expect anything when we have this practice. So now in order to progress this kind of mind, it is essential to accumulate merit, virtue as much as possible, because they will become a support to work. And purify our negative karma through like bodhisattva practice, generosity practice, so forth, as much as we can. And make offerings to the enlightened deities, beings. And instead of hating these different spirits, entities, also make offerings to these. We usually try to do something to get rid of those, isn't it? So, looks like in my house there's some entities. Can you do some special prayers to get rid of them? So instead, we should see them as all mother sentient beings and see them as a deity. So if we could see them that way, so they no longer can harm us. It's the cause and effect. When you make friend, won't harm you. There's some practices, if I say, basically we discussed those things before, but maybe just to recollect. Well, this morning we're discussing and practicing how the mind we project all the different levels of the phenomena, and depending on the different state of the mind, and we experience. See? So so the suffering which we experience in the body, because of we attach to the body, so we experience the suffering. The mind itself, since it is not form, or since it doesn't have a form, so nobody can harm it. So even like a most powerful demons, a horde of demons comes there and get rid of you, destroy you, but that cannot throw your mind in the hell. It cannot do that. So because that, so the body is the basis of that we get harm, isn't it? So that because that we attach to the body and we get the harm. So therefore, all these different sufferings that we experience is because of that perception, the projection that we created. So, because of that reason, so since it's a perception, in the hell realm, the sentient beings there. When you read certain books, Abhidharma Kosha or according to that, it's also part of like dual ornament of liberation. See, they have mentioned the size of the hell, where it is located, all can be described so clearly that somewhat is like physically exists there. But now at the same time, when we scientifically at this time, when we investigate, looks like not existing, isn't it? Like a contradictory to the teachings and what we see this modern time, the modern age. It's like there. But the sentient beings who are born there, they feel in their mind, or they project in their mind that kind of realm, that kind of size, that kind of feeling there. So therefore, what we are talking about is the individual projection, perception. Yeah. So it's depending to the level of the sentient beings, they experience. So it's their life. Basically, in the dual ornament of liberation, brought the quote from the Shantideva's teaching text. All the weapons in the samsara or in the hell realm who produced purposely the burning ground metal and the burning liquid metals, so who purposely produced. So Shantideva said that he said, bringing from a court of Buddha. So this is all a result of negative thought, that what Buddha said. See? So therefore, our training of the mind becomes the principle. Study, practice that. So, to bringing back to our own mind and practice that. Otherwise, without our own taming our own mind and try to tame others' mind, it's not possible. So there's simje misun. I don't know what is simje misun. Simje misun nangwashin. Misun. Mission is maybe like an untamed mind or arrogant mind. So arrogant mind of the sentient is as limitless as the space. So it is impossible to tame all those beings. It's rather tame your own mind. This example I repeated several times before. Maybe I repeat here too. I think it doesn't hurt. So that is said. The analogy, illustration is said this way. Suppose this whole earth is full of thorns. See? And our food is a bare food. Now when we need to walk on this field, so then we are complaining all. So I can't walk here because all of thorns, we need something to cover this whole place, because my foot is barefoot. So then it would be impossible to find such a size of cloth or leather to cover whole earth. Instead, said you just cover your foot with your foot or feet with a leather, a piece of leather, and then walk around on the entire earth. It works same as covering whole earth. So same way, said it will be impossible to tame everybody where you like. So rather tame our own mind and walk on this field. So same as taming all beings. So therefore, the mind is the principal subject. Without knowing its secret, without working that, no matter what effort we make to achieve peace and happiness is in vain, not so successful. Therefore, we always should protect our own mind from the teachings, from the love, compassion, bodhicitta, and enlightened them, and practice this. So see our mind as like a wound. When you have a wound on your body in some special place where it is very obvious, and so you do that, if you're walking in a crowded people, you will be always watchful with that wound. If somebody touches, immediately what you react and you protect so mindfully, watchfully. Similar says our mind is wounded by all these afflicting emotions, and this wounded mind may throw in the hell realm. So watch that, protect that mind. Yeah. Have something to say? If you have anything, questions? And otherwise, since this retreat has been more practices we're doing instead of rather so much talk. So maybe we're talking too much too. Anyway, I say there's not so much special new to give instruction. So there's not so much special new things that you can expect. But we reinforce the study that we have done in the past, just recollect those and apply in our as a meditation practice, including the 4 foundations. So last 2 days we have been doing like those things, and today also we should do again. So this is just not a few days things to meditate and not then forget that and start something different. So that same teaching we can do every day until we achieve enlightenment. So therefore Buddha said as a new monk who started today should practice the meditation the monk who has been doing for 100 years. And the monk who has been for 100 years should practice the teaching that who started the new teaching, or who started the new monk from today. So, you understood the point? So that, for instance, like impermanence kind of subject that we can practice in our entire life. It's not something that now I don't need to practice anymore about impermanence. Or now I don't need to practice anymore about bodhicitta. So those are practices that we remind again and again, reinforce, and say, make it alive in our daily life meditation practice, which is for key factors to actualize the teachings. And then we say to actualize teachings, it's not the teaching is somewhere we're getting. It's just a matter of how we it's just a matter of we recollect those teachings. Also, we should say basically all the teachings we have them, or we have with us those all teachings. Somehow we kind of forgot or obscured, so that we just need to reveal it, so we say explore, and bring alive and see it directly. So therefore the teachings about the Buddha nature, is about all the sentient being has the Buddha nature. That means the teachings what we are starting practicing is not coming from something outside. We feel at this time the teachings are coming from outside because we have the duality. Due to the duality, having the mind of the separation, all this, and because of that, then we think something is coming from outside. But in reality, this teaching is kind of more we study, practice, the experience comes inside the mind. So that shows the teaching what we have inside the mind. Awakening is called. That's called awakening, coming out. It's a sprout. Sprouting, coming slowly, sprouting, coming out. So we need to reinforce those like impermanence, so we use all the fertilizers. More there's a fertilizer, and the better chance there's a sprouting, the experiences. And then the fully awakening, the fruit can be achieved there. So therefore, to do all those things, as we know, the precious human life is very important to recognize. rejoice that we have this precious human life. Appreciate that this human life has such great opportunity. So a lot of things that we can do in this human life. See, generally in the samsaric state, so like all the modern technologies, you see, so many of these things are invented or discovered on this human life, because the human brain, this all discovered, invented. No matter how smart animals they are, cannot invent those things. We can teach them to do things, but not they can invent. See this. So even in samsara, those things can invent, kind of like inconceivable things. If you see all the modern complex computer systems, it's just kind of amazing, you know. So these are incredible things are invented, discovered, because of human brain. It's called human life. See? Now, not only that, if we use in a better way, we can free from entire suffering, achieve the complete enlightenment. So just meditate that. No, was experience it in our own mind. Oh, I have that kind of precious human life. If I use, there's a lot of opportunity, lot of chances there. But due to my ignorance, confusion, I made so limited. So think inside our own mind and meditate this here. In the Dharma teachings, as you see, there's giving teachings about this with a lot of examples, with a lot of explanations how human life is precious. But also we can see, as I mentioned, compare or seeing all these modern technologies. There's all can produce by human brain. Now due to confusion, ignorance, instead of rejoicing, appreciating for oneself, or feeling of amazing for oneself, then we amazed the outside which is produced. What we see that. Then we say, oh, now one day computer will talk. Computer will do a lot of things. We just think about that. So, which we produced outside, then we just confused there. Oh, how amazing it is. You know, then we push some button and say, see now, look, you see how everything is happening. Just see, you know. So everything is computerized, you know. Now, who created all those things? So look back to our own mind, mental ability, capacity we have. Therefore, in the teachings, as we have been studying, practicing, so the principle of all the phenomena is the mind. The secret nature of the mind. One who doesn't know the secret nature of the mind, quality of the mind, no matter what kind of effort we made, so there's no way we can free from suffering, free from ignorance. So see, we should bring back the mind inside, think how the mind has such great qualities, infinite qualities, infinite nature. So that quality that we have in this human life, in the human body, recognizing that, use that in the best way, make effort to free from suffering. That's called precious human life. It doesn't mean this flesh is precious. The bone what we have is precious. It's just a flesh. It's just a bone. No essence there. Then one day, the day when we die, you have to leave that behind. It's rotten. Nothing special there. Yet, with this condition, with the support of this body, the consciousness, the mind, what we have, such a great quality. Since we desire happiness, peace, and since we have desire to free from suffering, so all these things we have in the human life, we have the opportunity to recognize distinctively, without mistake, and apply, do these things. This human life, we have the opportunity. So meditate on this, appreciate, rejoice, feeling of how fortunate I am. Having born into human life, meeting with the Dharma, getting this chance, opportunity, how rare it is. Even though it's so rare, but I have it, I got it. Why it has happened to me? See? So we need to recognize the rarity and the preciousness of this opportunity. See the great masters in the past, those who could recognize this opportunity, and appreciate that opportunity, they could achieve enlightenment. They could free from all the sufferings. Those who have not recognized, could not appreciate, they could not free from suffering. Instead, they make more suffering for themselves and for others. See. Just see this. And those who could free from suffering, how they inspired hundreds and thousands of limitless sentient beings could make effort to free from suffering. Even if for a moment, some who could achieve complete enlightenment. Some are on the way, some are starting. So those all inspirations that we got here is from the great enlightened beings that who appeared on this earth. So just bring those in the mind. This is like we're born in the island of jewels. So many wishful feeling jewels there to pick up. So we have born like that. A lot of choices there. Now if we don't use this, then we're going back with an empty hand without picking up any jewels. Now next we see we should study a practice meditation a bit about the impermanence. Now I have this precious human life. Can I have this forever? That's not possible. That not happened in the past. All the great enlightened beings, including Buddha and other great teachers, appeared on this earth. Now they become just a history. Who can fly in the sky couldn't find a place where they cannot experience death. Who achieved rainbow, even rainbow body, but they also left. I here, such a fragile, have even no confidence not to die tonight, today. So why not I will die one day? At that time, which helps? Do my body help that time not to experience suffering? Or my relatives? Or my reputation? Or my wealth? Just meditate. But I couldn't recognize that teaching because that still I'm in the samsara. But now I got this opportunity. Now this is the time to wake up myself. from the darkness of the samsara. Make a commitment for oneself with joyfully, with rejoicing, feeling of fortunate that I will practice this way, no matter what happens, until I free from all this suffering, cause of suffering, and benefit limitless sentient beings. Until we understand and practice to use the unfavorable condition as a path towards enlightenment, we cannot be free from suffering. Now this practice teaching is now more first there's an instruction about the recognizing all the state unfavorable conditions as a natural four kayas, the four kayas of the Buddhahood. That at this very moment we have negative thoughts, unfavorable conditions which harms to us. We get harm from that. We get hurt from that. But when you recognize, see that nature, how it exists, we cannot find independent identification. That which is born, he said, is unborn. That which is arise, which is not arise. So that nature of unarising is Dharmakaya. That which is not born in its nature, in reality, there's nothing to cease. The nature which is nothing to cease is Sambhogakaya. That nature of the mind which is unborn, unceased, there's nothing to abide. That which nature unabiding is Nirmanakaya. The nature which free from all this duality of birth, ceasing, abiding is Sarvavivekaya. This is instruction that basic our nature of the mind is the nature of the four kayas of the Buddha.